Greetings, welcome to the Gifted Soul Tarot. I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces. It's a career reading and it's for the period the 12th to the 19th. Oh, looking for 7 cards. Let's see what we have for Pisces career. Oops. Lots of energy. Right, we have the overall energy. It's the 6 of Swords. It tells us that we, in terms of our career, we're moving through calm waters, even in the face of adversity. Right now, let's see what we have for Pisces. Pisces person, we've got the Tower card. Okay, the Tower card speaks of something that's going to give in terms of on the career front. You know, there may be a change in departments. There may be change in job how can I say it, job careers. There may be for some of you, you know, maybe the company's closing down because of, you know, the COVID-19, and there's a lot of disruption. There's a lot of pressure, you know, in the corporate world. For some of you that are starting out businesses, you will find that you were working on something, but now you've moved over to an entrepreneurship. For some of you that are business folk, you know, you're also going to get changes to do with your career, to do with your job function, to do with leadership skills and the likes. So, you know, that's for Pisces per se, in a nutshell. That's a Tower card. It's a major arcana card. But, you know, from this devastation, from this change, we're going to have a whole new set of circumstances come out of this. So it's going to be a breakdown, a build-up, a beautiful build-up. On the factors against the career, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Now, this is a grounding energy. It speaks of holding on to finances. It speaks of holding on to investments, holding on to finances, being concerned with our finances and our investments. And yeah, of course, you know, during this time's uncertain. It also speaks of anything to do with finances, to do with provident funds, to do with pension funds. You know, the economy's gone down really bad now. You know, we've lost a lot. The fact that have got provident funds and pension funds have lost. Those folk that have taken out investments have also lost due to the poor economy at the minute. So, you know, that's par for the course. Now then, on your past influences, you've got the Lady of Swords. Okay, she's a lady. She's a lady or a man. There's no masculine or feminine. It's a collective, you know, energy, and it speaks of someone with eloquence, someone that's well spoken, that has their faculties in the right order, that is, eloquent. She's got good communication skills, or he's got good communication skills, and they're relied upon for that. They're able to diffuse a toxic situation. They're good for, maybe they're in marketing, maybe they're salespeople. They're really good at what they do. They're also attracted to the finer things in life, and they're also attracted to music and dance, whoever this person is, male or female. That's on your past influences. So it's a good thing, especially when it comes to in terms of your career. If you're in that sort of portfolio, that's what you need. You need that communication skills, especially now, since most of us are working from a satellite office. We've still got staff members under us. Some of us hold directorship. There still board reports still have to go out. Shareholders still want to know where their money is. There's a lot of pressure in these times, and to have a person that's got good communication skills, any company needs it. It's a prerequisite in any company. And your future, we've got the 10 of vessels, and this speaks of joining that, having that cohesion, having that where everything works together. Having staff complement that are going to stand by you. They're going to work as a well-oiled machine. They're going to take on the task, and they're going to get it done, and they're going to send the projects in so that you can the senior managers can do what they need to be doing. They control. They're good delegators. They keep the ship afloat. So it's just a word of warning to say that you have to work in a team. It's a must, or any organization will fail. You've got to work in a team. Even your entrepreneurship, you need communication from your clients, the clients you serve. You need their buy-in. So it all speaks around communication, what you do with your communication, especially more so in this time. Not to say we locked down for 21 days and this is the second 21-day cycle, and you know what, we'll pick up where we left off when things open. That's not where it's at all. You've got to start implementing these things now. You've got to start putting your customers at ease, and they want to know what's happened to their money. They want to know what's happened to their investments. They want to know whatever it is that you're supplying them with. They're paying your salaries, and they're paying the salaries of your staff complement. So you need to be in a position where you have a joint team effort, a joint workforce, where you can start delivering. And then on your past influences. Sorry, that's the future. Work as a teamwork. I don't know if I mentioned that. Work as a teamwork. And then on the course of action we need to be taken, it's an Knight of Staffs. This is a stable person. This is a person that knows what he wants, and he gets what he wants. He's got all his ducks in a row. He's taken care of all his investments. He's sturdy, he's stable, he's attracted to the energy levels. He walks in the light. So we want to be like the Knight of Staffs in this time especially. So sorry, let's just reiterate. So we got Pisces the person. We got forces against your career. We've got past influences, right? And we got the future, which is working together in a cohesive team effort, team workforce. We've got the course of action, and here we've got the environment of the people. Now, we've got the Seven of Swords. This speaks of, how can I say it? You need to be mindful of your projects. You need to be mindful of the work that needs to be done by your people. If you're an entrepreneur, you need to be mindful of what you need to be doing for your clients. Same as if you're an executive, if you're a director, you need to report back to the board on certain various things, and you need to work. That's why you need to work together. But here it speaks of a project has been wrapped up, and it's going to be handed over, and in comes a thief. Not a literal thief, but someone that's going to take recognition and ownership for the work that you've done, or for the work that your team's done. So you need to be vigilant. You need to, when projects are finished and they're closed, or you've wrapped up a business deal, get onto it, get it closed, get it signed, sealed, and delivered. Or otherwise, there's going to be someone that's going to do it and accept the praise for the work that you've done, work that your team have done. The outcome, we've got the 6 of coins. It's also a grounding energy card. This speaks of the art of giving and receiving. It speaks of, if you have money, if you're one of those folk that do have money, but you've got no generosity, you've got no care for the other man, you've got no care for those staff members that are earning a salary where they, they live hand to mouth. They're going to put food on the table. You've got to learn the art of giving and receiving. It's having a child's mind, and it's a give and a take. A give and a take in business. It's very required. Now I'm going to pull some Mona Lisa cards. It's clarity. See if we can get a better get a better clarification. Thank you. Looking for some more clarity cards. We're looking for a clarity card for the future. We spoke about the workforce working jointly together and achieving what needs to be achieved. Now, let's pull out a clarifying card for the course of action to be taken. The Knight of Staffs. That energy that's stable, that's centered, that knows where it's at, knows what needs to be done. Then we look at people and the environment. It's your people and the environment. Let's see what's around that, because as I say, there's something happening there. Project's been closed, the deal's been put through, commission deal's gone through, and someone is going to take it from underneath you if you haven't got your finger on the pulse. Let's clarify the outcome, the career outcome, what we can expect for Pisces during this time of uncertainty. What do we have in terms of the outcome? Thank you. Right. When we spoke of Pisces, the person, and we spoke of something that's in the pipeline, that it's a major arcana card, it's going to happen. The Tower moment, where there's going to be some form of disruption, and there's quite a few people involved with this. So pay attention to this. And this is married off, and it's clarified by the 7 of Swords, and that speaks of ignorance is bliss. Okay, so there's a warning here to know what you're doing, know what your people are doing, and pay attention. Because there's people that are snooping, there's people that are thieves, there's people that want to take recognition for your work and the work that your employees are doing. So if you're ignorant, you're going to be caught. So just pay attention to that. Past influences, we drew the good communicator. This person has stood the test of time. They've come around for the business. It may be someone that you work with, maybe someone that's a salesperson that's out there on the road, that pulls in people for your business. They're really good at what they do. They're attracted to high energy levels. They like the good life. They like music, song, and dance. And we've paired that off with Nine of Swords, seeing the world through different eyes. Okay, all right. So, that's something that we really need to do, especially now when times are tough and we can't be sure of our job. So many people have been laid off. Start looking for effective ways to get business done, because everyone's got a label on them now. Most folk. I think we need to be thinking that way, because the economy is not what it is, and we've taken a hard hit with this corona virus. It's done us the whole world a bad deal, this pandemic. On the future side, we spoke of the 10 of vessels, needing your team force to be working together. And we've paired it off with, we've got a clarity card. It's the 3 of chalices, which foretells of making sacrifices today for tomorrow. This woman has dropped her baby off, left her baby at someone's door, and because she doesn't see her way clear to be able to look after that child, but she's had it in her. She's thinking to herself, let me give it to someone that can look after it, the child. And later on in another card, you'll see her looking around the corner, peeping that the child was brought up by this woman, that she dropped the child at their door, was brought up into a beautiful girl, and she was looking around the corner, seeing the fruits of her labor, the fruits of the decision she made then. So pay attention to that. And the course of action, we drew the Knight of Staffs. We said that's a good energy, that's a stable energy, that's a person that's got all these things in the right order. He's got his wits about him, and he's remaining stable. He's ready for the challenge, whatever it may be. We've drawn that with the Strength card from the Mona Lisa deck, which speaks of, it's the Leo card, that speaks of discipline. And it speaks of, do you have discipline? If you have discipline, is it intention or is it invention? If it's intention and you don't do anything about it, it's as good as not having anything. If it's invention and you're going to put a plan together to carry out what needs to be carried out for your clients and for your executive directors and for your board directors and your shareholders, then you're a person that creates and moves forward. You don't just think about things and let it lay just there, hoping that things will come together, because they won't. And then on the environment and the people, I spoke about a project coming to completion, work that you've done and that your employees have been have assisted you with. It's been a team effort, and you being the senior, you putting forth that project to your managing director or to your CEO, and you want to be rewarded for it. You want you and your team to be rewarded for it, but you need to be mindful of the fact that there's thieves out there, people that haven't done the work you've done and want to take the benefit for your work. Be careful of those that don't listen and that come up with you come up with opposition when you speak. Okay, you need to be careful of those people that are not for you. They will kick against the pricks. Those people, you get those people in any workforce, and you've got to be careful of having people like that that work for you, because they don't take instructions. They're not good listeners. They can't take instructions. We got the 6 of Pentacles, which I said is the giving and receiving. To be big enough to give and receive. To give people their due. Those people that are not earning, good earners. Give and receive as well. Especially if you've got the money, if you're making the money, give and receive. And we've paired it off with a magician, which tells us that within us we've got great ingenuity that we can go ahead and we can put forth. We're not limited to anything. You know, we're only limited to what you limit your mind to. Okay, I'm going to draw clarity cards. This is a double set of clarity cards. See what the message is here. See what we come up with for the past influences. We've seen the world through different eyes, and we've got that good communicator that does the work of communication for the company, that spokesperson. Let's clarify the future. We spoke about a unison with our workforces, so we all work together, and knowing when it's right to give up something, you know, that's not serving us, so that we can be blessed, you know. So that we can help people as well. We're not just takers, but we givers as well. See what we can see for our people. Our people that don't always listen when they're spoken to. They kick against the pricks. And the people that want to take credit for hard work that you and your team have done. And for all your efforts. Excuse me, I need to pick this card up. Sorry about that. It's a nice card. So let's see what we have here. Going back to the person Pisces is. We've got a destruction of sorts, which it makes way for something bigger, better and brighter. Ignorance is bliss. Be careful of those folk that are around you. Know what they're doing at all times, because there's some chicanery and canavery attached to some people. You know, they're not as how can I say it? They haven't got integrity like, you know, some of us have. Not everyone's got the same integrity you have. So pay attention to that. The factors against your career. Holding on to money, holding on to investments, learn to land before you can fly. So that's a big one. Know your capabilities and know what you can do within your limitations. And here we've got patience and planning, very important. Plan for your investments. And on the past influences, we had that good communicator. We were seeing the world through different eyes. And there's triumph and success. Just because we've got someone that knows what they're doing. They're good at what they're doing. You know, those salespeople, those young entrepreneurs that go out there and, you know, they're involved in, you know, getting business, etc., etc. Those are the ones that are going to triumph and succeed. The future, we've got your workforce working together, you know, for the common good of the company, and making that right decision, you know, giving up sacrifices so that we can gain. And we've got the light. We're walking in the light. That's the card of hope. So if you do that and you know attend to that, you know, the way is clear. The path is clear. It's bright. On the course of action, we have the Knight of Staffs, a secure person, stable, and does that which is right. Then we got paired that off with the Strength card, which speaks about intention and invention. So don't have an intention to do that, rather have an invention to do it. And by doing that, you're going to be moving on, which is great. On the people note, on your people note, be careful when you're closing your project. Make sure that you close it. Your people can support you and do the work, but close it yourself, and close it quickly. Don't fault on it. Don't leave it, let it fester. Close it. Otherwise, you're going to get the credit taken away from you. People are not always going to be for what you say. They're going to kick against the bricks, and just bear that in mind, and be wise about things. Be wise about the project you're working on, and communicating to your folk and letting them understand that what you communicate to them is important, and that's the way you want it done. Have clear and concise instructions. And for your outcome, we spoke about having that, not just having the wealth, but having that childlike manner where you give and you receive as well. So that's important, especially for those people that are under you, that work under you, that are working for putting food on the table, pretty much. They're the ones that you've got to look after, because they'll look after you. And we've got great things within us. Don't limit yourself, because there is no limitations. This is a magician. And if you do it that way, this transformation is right here at home for you. So that's as far as I'm going to go for this reading, Pisces. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Please also leave me, as I say, involve me in comments and let me have some feedback. And I'll be putting out more videos, so please click on the alarm button so you know when I'm putting out the next video. And that's all. I'll pick up in the next video.